and welcome to this week's Happy Hour.
In this meetup, we share with you an exclusive. Literally 15 minutes before the meetup started, we had just finished the final tutorial, and that's in getting it rendered for the first part of the brand new Designing a Magento website on a shoestring budget course.
Now, in this meetup, we introduce you to the course and we go through the structure that we have planned for the rest of the course when that gets released. We also share with you the exclusive location where you can get access to this premium section for free for a limited time only. Now, chances are, if you're watching this recording, then this time limit has now passed. Sorry about that.
And that's right, Dave. That is a reason to join us on the live happy hours, which happen every Tuesday, because in the second part of the course, you're going to get like a minimum of 12 extra hours with the next section of the course. So, Dave, we gave away, or have given away, the first part of the premium course for a very short period of time. Well, I say short. We marketed it as 24 hours, but in reality, it was something more like 39 hours notice if you'd been on the happy hour. So if you do want to get a heads up of things like this, then do join us on a Tuesday evening. Each week, the happy hours start at 8:30 p.m. in the UK. That's about 12:30 over on the western seaboard in the United States, about 3:30 on the eastern seaboard, or about 5:30 if you're in Australia. So if that's something which you'd like to do and join us in live, you can do that at understandinge.com/happy hour, and you can reserve your spot there.
So with that said, Matt, let's dive straight into this week's happy hour.
Indeed, let's do it. So good evening, everybody. Again, I can see a much higher number than the number of people which are actually showing in the attendees list right now. So there is a collection of people which are still joining here in the background. So we are just going to pause for a moment or two. While we're waiting for everybody else to connect, I've got one actually serious question. It's been a couple of weeks now since the eBay hacking incident and them being a little bit slow for the password changes. And again, I know some of you have noticed that eBay were being a bit of a nightmare when it came to changing the passwords. Has it kind of settled down a little bit for you now? Are you seeing sales where you would expect it to be for this time of the year? If you are, let us know in the chat box. And again, my sales are through the roof. They should do it again. For it. There's ugly spoof messages. Did you see that on Tamebase, Dave?
Yeah, there's going to be loads of phishing emails, isn't there, about looking for... Yeah, it was always going to happen, unfortunately. An interesting one I just saw a moment ago. Apparently Domino's has been hacked out in France and Belgium, and they're being held to ransom by some hacking groups saying that they've got access to something like 600,000 email addresses, names, and card details, and actually holding Domino's to ransom for about 30,000 euros, I believe.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're going to cough up for that kind of money.
Yeah, well, there you go. I think they called it an idiot tax.
Yeah. Indeed.
But obviously, I mean, eBay sales now is going to be a funny one, because I remember when I was working in the electronics business, when the World Cup was on, we saw this massive spike in big screen TVs about 2 weeks before, and then sales just went dead whilst the World Cup was on. Same with the Olympics, same with Wimbledon. People are watching TVs, not necessarily buying things. It's funny.
Yeah, curious one. So, now that we've had discussion around the football, and apparently someone scored a goal within 34 seconds. I don't know, I didn't watch it, unfortunately. But more importantly, did you really see the Formula One last weekend? Because it was absolutely amazing. And there was a bit of a...
Was that the Canadian one?
Oh, the Canadian one. I want to know if Richard actually went to go and see it, because I think he was off to somewhere near there around that time. So that's my curious question.
That was Stephen. That was the best race I've seen in a long time. Yeah, it was amazing.
Anyway, on to tonight's topic, and we've got.
Have you hit record?
Yes, I've hit record.
Sweet.
Happy days. So, and again, I can still see there's many other people connecting in the background as well, so they're going to miss out by a few moments as well. So, number one, thank you for joining us this evening. We really both do appreciate it. And again, Dal, I read your message or email a few moments ago. Yeah, we're knackered as well. We know what it's like. On that topic, thank you for joining us this evening. Now, we do have something pretty special for you this week. We wanted it to get it out by like 4 o'clock this afternoon, but practicality-wise, we've only just finished rendering the last video about 10 minutes ago, and that's now available. So we do have something pretty special for you. So tonight's agenda, and that is, number one, as always, introductions and housekeeping. I'm Matt, you know me from the video tutorials, and we've also got
me. Hello, I'm here as well. And yeah, my voice should now be getting familiar as well.
Indeed. So, and tonight's topic, or today's topic, is the designing a Magento website on a shoestring budget course. You guys and girls, I hasten to add, we're going to give you notification that the first 14 tutorials are live and free for the next 24 hours. Let me word this right. As of tomorrow morning, when we tell the rest of the world that the course is live, you can get stuck in tonight and tomorrow morning, and then get extra, say, 12, 14 hours, excuse me, on top of what we're going to dish out publicly. Okay, now that's our main topic for this evening. We've got an update around the responsive template builder. Again, it has been sapping quite a bit of my time to get that in. Again, I've had to pull that to get this course out and do the little bits, and Dave's been helping out amazingly well with that one. And then we got an open Q&A at the end. So, number one, house rule. Okay, there is no such thing as a daft question. If you don't know the answer, that applies to this evening, that applies to any of the courses which we create, that applies to the forums as well. We're trying to foster this environment where you feel safe to ask the questions. We're never going to take the mick out of you. Even if you think it's daft and it's something really, really obvious, please just ask, because obviously it's holding you back. And we will help out if we can. And again, I know many of you have been asking questions and also answering questions in the forums as well. And that's really is appreciated. And together, as a community, we're much, much more stronger. So if you see something in the forums, don't be afraid of having a go at answering the question. If you think you're right, pass on and share your experiences. It really does help those around you. And again, it's just straightforward karma. What you give is what you get back. So we really do mean that. There is no such thing as a daft question if you don't know the answer. Now, on to tonight's topic, Dave. Would you like to jump in and explain what we've been up to?
Sure thing. So as you probably heard us mention a few times now, is that one of our sort of stripes on the board is the Magento design course, as it's sort of short named, and the long proper name is How to Build a Magento Website on a Shoestring Budget. And we now have the first part of that guide, of that course ready, and it is currently live on the website, and it's open to everyone, but only those who know about it. Like I said, we haven't publicised this yet. And we're really close to having part 2 ready as well, which is, to give you an indication, the first section we've called sort of like preparation. The second part is called theory, and that's just needs a few more guides being rendered, and that's largely ready as well.
That's right, and I'm just getting the training guide plan right. So just to get you up to speed, where you can find this course is that if you click on Magento tutorials at the top of the website, and then scroll down the page to the very bottom, okay, and again, I've just put some loose graphics in here just to get the course out and live, and you'll see at the bottom, designing a responsive Magento website on a shoestring budget. And we click in there, G-Crew, Lightbox, need to do something with them, because they're not learning. Anyway, the purpose of this course is to show you how to design and get all the features in to the Ultimo theme. And our point of view is that you shouldn't need to spend thousands of pounds on a custom or bespoke Magento website when you can get the Ultimo theme off the shelf for $99, which I did do some calculations on this. It's whatever it is. Yeah, it's about 60 quid, 73 euros, or 106 Australian dollars. Okay, so it's basically peanuts, and it will get you a jam-packed and feature-rich Magento theme. And the route which we're no idea for RuPaul's.
Always one.
It is always one. Is that the goal of that is that we're trying to do this with zero coding. Okay. Now we can't avoid you having to know about the grid system. We can't avoid you having to create content pages and you create the grids on there. But what we can't avoid you creating a child theme because it's the right thing to do. But what we can do is expedite the process massively for you. So when it comes to creating a child theme for Magento, we've got a zip file for you. You download the zip file and you copy and paste, and you unzip and upload it. And then you change the one setting in Magento, and there you go. You've got your child theme. You've got the best practices in place already for your business. When it comes to the content pages, Dave, we had some really good fun doing the 12-column grid, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. That was a fun one. But yeah, it's basically. I remember when we first came up with the idea of doing this guide. You know, this was something which was never really in the initial plan from UnderstandingE. You know, the plan was always let's do eBay, and let's do Amazon, and let's do it that way, and focus on the multi-channel. And then it was in a coffee morning, I believe, when we asked what people were most interested in, and website was by far up there with one that we hadn't even considered. So when we started, Matt said to me, "Go and have a look around some other Magento website tutorials and see what you can find, see what they're doing, and see if there's basically what already exists." And in every tutorial that I found and that I showed to Matt, by sort of lesson 2 or 3, they'd opened up Notepad and were beginning to code HTML and PHP in Notepad. And I immediately got bored. I was like, no, not interested in this. And I just thought, well, you're going to do exactly the same unless you're like Matt and are fluent in your sort of PHP and in your HTML. That's great, but for me, it was just, no, this doesn't interest me. So our challenge was then, right, we're going to build a tutorial with no nerd required, and that's what we've started to do.
Yeah, and just from my background here is that, again, my background was not only as being an eBay seller, but also I've worked with software companies, and again, I've developed my own software as well. Now, the one thing which I've learned, and I've seen time and time again, is that when you focus on what could be possible, so for the stuff which hasn't been developed yet, that's where like the biggest amount of frustration comes from, because it's always late, it's never to the specification of what you wanted, and there's always some bugs in it somewhere along the lines. And that's one thing which I wanted to avoid for you. I wanted a course where we could show you how to build and to design and color code and lay out a Magento website, but focusing on crucially on what is possible. And that's the key here, on what is possible. We're not going to go off and start editing PHTML files, tweaking the layout XML files, and doing all the top level stuff on what could be done. We're going to show you what can be done and keep within those realms. Because then that means is that you can have the great looking, the responsive Magento website and not have the frustration or the time lag or the cost overhead of the other side of the coin, which is what could be done. Okay, so that's the premise of the course. And it's based upon the Ultimo theme. And again, this is a theme which I've used personally. Okay, it's a theme which I've set up numerous Magento websites with. It works really, really well. It's highly customizable, and it will get you on the right lines extremely quickly. And then the other key point here as well, Dave, is that the outlay for this is $99. Okay, that's how much the theme costs. Okay. The other thing, which Dave, you mentioned in one of the tutorials which we did this morning, which was that you've seen this time and time again, which is where somebody will, or business owner will get their Magento website built. It will cost them X thousands of pounds. The website will go live, and then they go, "Where's my customers?"
Yeah, I mean, this is so common. They're so these are often businesses that started off selling on eBay and Amazon, and are predisposed to high levels of traffic. So they go and spend 5-10 grand on a website, put it live, and then they sit there like rubbing their hands, waiting for the orders to come in, and nothing happens. That's because they spent 10 grand making it look pretty, and no pence in getting people to the site, or even telling people that it exists.
Yeah, that's right. Crazy. It's nuts. And this is the other way of doing it. This is the different way. This is the way which we would do it ourselves. We would spend as little as possible on the actual Magento website itself. Again, we're talking $99, so 60 quid. And that then means is that if we want a one-step checkout, you want another extension for your Magento website, you don't feel guilty in buying it because you've got that site. Maybe your budget was just £1,000 for the Magento website design. Is that you've got all that extra cash, which you can either indulge yourself on a couple of paid-for extensions for the website to get some extra functionality, and then maybe some social sharing stuff, and so on and so forth. But whatever budget you've got being left over, that needs to be spent on the marketing of your website, because that's how you get customers. And that could be anything from content marketing. So that will be, we'll show you again, it won't be part of this course, then we'll try and sneak this in, no promises when we can, which will be inserting the Magento, a WordPress blog into your Magento website. It could be AdWords, it could be affiliate networks, it could be Amazon product level ads as well. All the things which will drive you traffic, drive you customers to your website. So instead of going to market, being several £1,000s down and then having to do marketing, you've gone in 60 quid plus the odd extension chucked in as well, and you've got the rest of your budget to go and market your business with. So you can drive customers to your website and you can get sales. And then if you want to later on, by the way, we're not saying that a bespoke Magento design is a bad thing. Not by any means. In fact, it can be highly beneficial because you get exactly what you want in all your specifications. What we're suggesting is a slight compromise, but with a massive cost saving. But when your website is turning over £10,000 a week, a day, a month, is that you've got those sales in, and your business can then afford that kind of level of design and that kind of level of overhead if you want it. Or
more like a luxury, isn't it?
Yeah, we think it's a luxury. That's probably the best way of doing it. So what we've been and done is that we've got the first 14 tutorials available for free. Now, like we said, is that those first 14 tutorials, when we tell the rest of the world tomorrow, okay, they're going to have 24 hours. And so until 9 p.m. on, that's Wednesday, tomorrow, Thursday, they're going to have access to these, and then they're going to go into premium, okay? And before you even ask, because I know the question's coming from a certain person beginning with D, is that, yes, we will do this with the other tutorials, which we then release out in the next section. We'll give the outside world 24 hours access. And again, these are premium because we do need to earn a crust at the end of the day. But this is our way of saying thank you to you, especially if you're not a premium member or can't afford the premium membership, is that you can get ahead in these courses and you can go on and build your own Magento website. Now, there was a question up here from Howard, which I saw a few moments ago, which was, so if I set up a Magento for listing to eBay, what is the best next step? Building the Magento foundation course or go straight to the designing a responsive Magento website? That's a brilliant question, because the next step for you would be the foundation course for Magento. This is where you're going to learn, again, just to put this into perspective, there's going to be a lot of duplication in there. Okay, so if we start talking about creating variation products and you already know how to do that, skip the tutorial. If you've already seen the tutorial on how to back up Magento, skip it. So there are 59 tutorials in there, and a lot of them you'll be able to skip. But crucially, the ones in the foundation course are going to be subjects which you've not come across before. So you'll want to do the foundation course first. The reason being, like one topic specifically, indexing, okay? You won't have come across that in any of the other courses, okay, or any of the other tutorials. You'll only find that in the foundation course, okay? And again, we will cover it mildly. I mean, like within a couple of minutes on the in the theory part for the design course, just to bring you up to speed. So when we say go and re-index the website, you know what we're talking about. The same for the caches, for example. So start with the Magento foundation course. If you've already been through the other tutorials, there's going to be a lot of duplication in there. So it's actually going to be pretty quick for you. So if it looks like you've been and done it, skip it, just move on to the next one. Just mark it as complete and move on to the next one. Okay. Now, to see there were some topics going on in there in the chat. Okay. So, Dave, we're going to do a quick overview to what we've got in the course. Yeah, we've got the introduction, which we kind of just explained. Okay. The plan of attack, that sounds a bit wild. Can you explain that one for us?
It does. The plan of attack is basically how we are basically going to structure the course as a whole. So this is where we share with you like the sections that we're going to be talking about. So the first one that you can see on the screen right now is the preparation section, and this covers all the bits and pieces that you can see in the list. So let me just open the spreadsheet we've got. It's the suggested tools, the backup, the cloning, and purchasing Ultimo, and how to activate Ultimo in Magento. From preparation, we then go into theory. Now, this is, as you would imagine, largely theory-based, and we cover, static blocks and pages, and how we can update them, CMS markup tags, flushing the caches, and index management. So basically, all the things which are necessary to have some sort of knowledge of before we dive right in. And then we sort of get straight into the actual meat of the designing, and we start off with the product page, then we move on to categories, the content pages, the checkout and cart, and then finally we look at designing the home page. And there is a good reason, isn't there, Mark, why we leave the home page until last and we don't do it first?
Yeah, that's right. So I know that when we were doing the UnderstandingE website, is that the best way of our immediate requirement was to get on and design the homepage, but actually normally it's the homepage which is the last page which you should do. And it sounds a bit ironic. Yeah, homepage, the last one which you should do. And the thing is that the homepage on basically any website is normally the hardest one to do. So let me just go and grab the Ultimo theme on here. So I'll just swap screens a second. Let me go and do live previews to go to demo number 2. On demo number 3. Chop, chop. There we go. So when we get this is an example of Ultimo in the actual wilds, one of their demo stores. And the homepage is like the most difficult page to do. And the reason being is that you've got to know lots before you can build this. So instead of like overwhelming with you on how to upload the logo, how to change the top navigation, how to do the currency, the mega menu, how to do a slider, product sliders if you wanted them. There's a product slider down here at the bottom, a brand slider, categories and custom blocks. Instead of completely overwhelming you with this, is that, let me just put my phone on silent a second. Instead of completely overwhelming with you, what we're actually going to do is start on the product detail page. And the reason being is that we can start on that product detail page, and we can just focus upon the product area. So that's not the header area, that's not the menu, that's not the footer at the bottom. Okay, we can focus just on the product page and get your product page laid out. And again, Dom, sorry if the audio's dropping in and out. It's most likely, again, I can't make any suggestions on this other than we are recording it. We'll get a version live for you in the next day or so anyway as part of the recording. There isn't anything which we can change here, unfortunately. So coming back onto the topic, the actual product page itself, we'll show you how to lay it out. We'll show you how to do the zoom on the left-hand side, how to do the lightbox as well. We'll show you how to lay out this, choose custom fonts and set your own font sizes. And then we'll build up to the static blocks on the right-hand side, how to change these icons on the right-hand side, how to get the brand image in the top right-hand corner, how to format your descriptions, how to get product attributes. And again, this product only has one attribute on here. We'll show you how to add in not only the one custom tab, but there's actually two custom tabs which are available. We'll also show you how to do the related items. And again, we will learn some of the fundamentals in this product page. So we'll learn about sliders, okay? We'll learn how you can copy and paste some code, which we're going to give you to put these in, or how to specifically pick those related items, which you would have learned about in the foundation course. And again, Howard, that's the reason why I'm saying go to do the foundation course first, so that we're going to very quickly skim over, this is how you add related products, tick, 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 and oh, there they are on the page. Whereas that back in the foundation course, we would have gone through that at a much slower and more in-depth pace with you. And we'll also show you where these static blocks are stored, how to add content to them. And then with that done, we then work backwards, okay? We work backwards then into the category menu at the top. So we'll show you how to make this custom menu, the mega menu, at the top of your Magento website. Now, this isn't the best example because in one of the other examples, which, let me go back, I'll grab a couple while I'm at it. There we go. We'll show you how to make a menu like this and a little content block slider on the right-hand side, or to have your own custom images at the top, and to make a menu like that for your website as well, and how to structure it and how to build it. We then end up on a category page. So let me go into fashion for a few moments. We'll show you how to change the layout for this page. So whether you want the category bar on the left-hand side or the right-hand side, how to upload images, or to maybe get a slider into your category pages. And we'll also give you the cheat as well, which is that instead of trying to write content for every single one of your category pages, is that only write them for your top-level categories. So let's have a look at fashion, for example. Just do this for fashion, tops, bags, shoes, jewelry, dresses, lingerie, jackets, and swimwear, instead of trying to do all the smaller ones, because that keeps you on track. That means is that you can have nice SEO written and helpful content for your customers on the main category pages, but your actual work is, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Instead of doing all of these categories, you're just doing those 8 and the top category. Okay, so we're trying to focus on what is possible, trying to get you live as quickly and as efficiently as possible, but also show you the other things which you may want to do post getting your website up and running. So to come back to write some custom content for the flat shoes category on your Magento website, for example. So this category doesn't have a category description in it. And again, that's what we would suggest for you, is because it's one category too far down. Instead, do the shoes category at the top and then add your own content to this page as well. And again, we'll also show you how to set Magento up so it either defaults to the gallery layout like this or to the list layout like that. Again, it's personal preference and it's just one setting within Magento, and you can change the layout for this page. We'll also get you set up with the layered navigation on the left-hand side and how to customize the blocks on the left-hand side. Again, Dave, we enable all of the blocks, don't we?
Yeah, we actually show you, once we've imported the pages and imported the static blocks that come in from Ultimo as standard, we actually recommend going in and enabling every single one of them, because that shows you exactly where they are, rather than having to do a sort of trial and error method, turning them on and off.
Yeah, like I did in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. You just turn off the ones that you know that you're not going to need or not going to want, and keep the ones on that you like.
Yeah, that's right. So we go in and turn them all on, and then you can see where they are, and you can choose which ones you want to keep, give you suggestions over what content you would want in there. We'll also show you how to create content pages like this. Now, Dave, how many wide's that? How many wide's that? And how wide is that?
Oh God, 3, 3, 3, 3.
Ignore the right-hand bar because it's a two-column layout.
Ah, right, got it.
Sorry,
in which case it's 6, 6 if it's two-column layout. Oh no, sorry, it'll be like 9, 3.
Almost. It is 4, 4, 4. So that top line up there is 12 wide. So you're going to learn about this grid system. You're going to learn about that's 12 wide, that's 4, and that's 4, because that equals 12. So 4, 8, 12. And we'll give you the code to do that. And then we'll get into the checkout as well, get into the shopping cart, show you how to style that and change the options in there. And then we end up on the home page. And the reason why we then end up on the home page is because that's where we'll get the logo updated. We'll choose the position of our search bar at the top. We'll choose the links up here. Excuse me. We'll also then be able to, and again, you'll then know what we're talking about with the grids layout. You'll then know that that's also 4, 4, 4. That one there's a 6, that one there's a 6, 6, that one's a 12 all the way across, and that's another 4, 4, 4 on there, and that's probably an 8 and a 4. Or actually, no, that looks like a 9 and a 3 there at the top. And this will all make sense to you. Trying to explain what those grids mean without you actually seeing them in practice won't make sense. Okay, and then we'll get in here, show you how to do that, add in the brand slider, then focus upon the footer as well, because there's a couple of different layouts which you can have for the footer, and we'll take you through those steps. And the ultimate goal for the entire course is that we'll baby step you in. So as Dave mentioned, like the homepage is not the best place to start. There's just too much for you to take in one go. The much simpler option is to start with a product page, then work backwards, because we start off small, we do the little things, work all our way up, and then we get the site live. Now, I did see that there were some questions in here as well from Richard. Do you think that the layered navigation of Magento is good enough, or do you think that one of the expanded extensions does a better job? Personally, I quite like the Magento standard layer of navigation, but if there is an extension, again, if it adds that extra layer, no, let me word this slightly differently. If you think it makes it easier for your customers to use the website, that should be the basis of your decision to go with that additional extension. So when it comes to like the change on the top, it's slightly, when it comes to a one-step checkout, if you feel that that's going to make your checkout process easier for your customers, then go for it. Okay, so that's probably the best answer there for you, Richard. Maria, I can see there's a message there. Dave, do you want to just read Maria's question out?
Yeah, sure. I'm at the stage where I've just installed Magme and need to upload my products. Can I continue to upload the product data, or is it better to install Ultimo and then add the product data?
Brilliant. Maria, what I would suggest is that pretend this course doesn't exist and then carry on getting your products in. The reason being is crap in, crap out. Quality in, quality out. Very simple equation. And the thing is that if you've got really, really good product data, okay, is that you can do anything. So focus on getting your product data in, because that is the most important thing. The website, the theme for the website just makes your products look pretty, okay? But if you don't have very good descriptions, you don't have very good images, you don't have very good titles or item specifics or attributes on your products, then it's not going to look very good. So products must come first. Okay, so that's what I mean. just ignore this course, pretend this doesn't even exist, and then come back to it later, because the product data is absolutely key. So Steve, yeah, export my listings, way up there on the list. Again, me and Dave, we've both hitting that burnout at the moment. I know that I've been burning both sides of the candle too hard for it. I know, please, I'm apologising, but I'm also on the flip side, Steve. Simon. I'm saying thank you. Keep us accountable, okay? If you weren't saying this every time we've got a Tuesday meetup on the happy hour, then I'd be concerned. Okay, so I do really appreciate you chasing. Again, Dell as well. Thank you for your emails in the background. Michael as well. And again, many of you have been giving me feedback on the listing template builder as well. And again, just been trying to hammer stuff down, and we are working as fast as we can. And there again, we tried to get this course out for 4 o'clock and missed by 4 hours, but it wasn't by lack of effort on our part. We are trying to do our best in the background. Okay.
Just on that note as well, Matt, I've had a few emails regarding the gym guides. Again, hopefully we can get some more recorded this week. I did speak with Jim. He's up for it. Like I said, it's just this Magento course took precedent this week.
Because we just wanted to get something to deliver.
We have like 3 or 4 things which are nearly there, and it's like, which one do we push hardest to get over the line? But yeah, again, Jim is a relatively quick win. Amazon's a monster. We've now started this, which keeps the momentum going. And export my listings, like Matt said, a lot of the work is done. Just again, needs a little bit more time spending on it. And unfortunately, with that sort of stuff, I can't help Matt. So it's all down to when when we're not doing guides, then Matt can focus on that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and again, just to put things into perspective, I've got a couple of things which I need to nail off for the responsive listing template builder.
Because that's so close as well.
It's so close. Again, I emailed Dale earlier. There's a tool or a function which I've written. I've just spent the last 2-3 days writing it. It's quite a big one, I hasten to add. But what it spits out and what it allows me to do is fundamentally change the layout of the page dynamically. So it's getting kind of close to version 2, because my mind's all gone on to what I can do in version 2 for the listing template builder. And again, we've just if I did everything on my whiteboard, you just wouldn't see me, and we would output nothing. So this is us just getting something over the line, just delivering something. Again, the same advice for you and your businesses: just get something complete, because I'm just looking around at my whiteboard. Is that all of these things on my whiteboard right now mean absolutely nothing unless we do something about it, okay? Unless we push one of these or one part of these over the line. And this is what we've done tonight, and today, is push stuff over the line, okay? So there was a couple of questions in the background, Steve. Is this guide that you have produced based around the Ultimo theme? Categorically, yes. It is based on the Ultimo theme. Again, it's based on my personal experience with Magento. One of the businesses which I worked with last year, they wanted a Magento website. They came to me. They had a massive budget. It was they had a budget of £7,000 to £8,000 for a Magento web design, and we had a very frank chat. I basically told him it was nuts. He should spend at least 6 to 7 of that on the marketing of the website, because that's where he's going to make his money. Instead, and then skimp all the way to get the great looking website. He saw the Ultimo theme, absolutely loved it. Of course, he wanted some changes to it, and again, that's why I've learned how to use and abuse the Ultimo theme. He's got a great looking website, and he spent every other single penny on marketing his website. And the crucial point is that his website is doing really well because he spent his money wisely. And again, if he wants to go back and add a bespoke design later this year, he can now afford it because his website is turning over a decent amount of sales. He spent his money wisely, which was on the marketing side. So yes, it will be based upon the Ultimo theme because it's really, really good. So straightforward. And when it comes to like the colors, for example, you use a color picker. There is no HTML code. There's no RGB. There's no hex code which you need to put in. There's no CSS. You can do that if you want to, and we'll do that in the advanced course which follows. But right now, yeah, it works. And if you want to see how it looks on a mobile and tablet, the easiest thing for me to do is send you the link. Go have a look at that link. It's in the chat box on the left-hand side for the products which we've got on the page right now. Have a look at that on your phone. Have a look at that on the iPad or tablet and see what it comes up. Okay. So going off slightly onto a different topic.
I'm just seeing Joe's comment saying outsource it the right way. We're outsourcing what we can, aren't we, Matt? We can't outsource ourselves, sadly.
Yeah, we are. And put Adrian, bless him. Again, if those.
Oh, we've just properly dumped him right in the deep end this week.
Yeah, we didn't give him any warning or anything. Yeah. Bless him. He's been so quiet for a couple of days. And yeah. Oh, by the way, Joe. Yeah, Fiverr is the best way to get in because you only spend $5 or thereabouts on anything, and you get straight in. Okay. Oh, I've got off topic.
Poor Adrian. Yeah, basically we outsource what we can. To give you an idea, I've just recently restarted reading one of my favourite books, 4 Hour Work Week. Matt finds it destructive in nature, parts of it, but I think it's fantastic. If you implement if you pick and choose parts of that book to sort of live by and to sort of follow, then you really can't go wrong. So yeah, Matt especially is no stranger to outsourcing, and which is what we do. We when you have time to read, usually before I go to bed. But yeah, so we outsource what we can, but unfortunately we're at the stage where to do the extensions like export my listings and some of the responsive stuff, we need sort of good developers. And the problem with good developers, even if they're based in the Philippines, they're not cheap. And for the type for the list of things that me and Matt have come up with of extension ideas, they're not simple extensions. That they're really quite clever and quite advanced in terms of coding and what they'd have to do. Yes, they're totally outsourceable. Can we afford it right now? Not realistically with the budget that we're working to.
But we will get there. We know that totally. just like yourselves, we know that with brute force we will get there, but we've got to live within our means right now. So that's just the reality of it. So yeah, we're behind on a few things, but on the flip side, we're trying to push out stuff as fast as we can. Again, we're doing the same as you with your business. You've got new products to add in, you've got titles to write, you've got images to be done, you've got listings to be reworked, you've got software to learn about, and you've got to join Matt and Dave on a Tuesday night and things like that. This is the grind, okay? And every now and again, you've just got to draw the line and deliver something. It doesn't matter what you deliver, just get it delivered on there.
And just to throw this out there, can you imagine what, when we get to the stage of hiring a full-time Magento developer, that poor guy is never going to have a minute spare. The amount of stuff that Matt's going to throw in his direction, and that will be the exciting time in terms of what you'll start seeing in terms of development stuff from us. Because like I said, we're not short on ideas, that's for sure. So yeah, 6 months, 12 months, who knows? But yeah, it will. It'll be an exciting time.
Yeah, maybe that's a topic for a happy hour one evening, the entrepreneur's curse. Because if you really are, if it's really inbuilt into you to look at the world differently, then it is a curse. Sorry, we're going off topic from the Magento design course, but it really is a course. I struggle with this daily, and again, I'm always writing stuff on my whiteboard. Like, I must do that, and my cool list for like the listing template builder has gone through the roof, and I'm trying to get my way through it. But the thing is that if you can see opportunity anywhere and everywhere, but the crucial thing is that it all means nothing if you don't deliver on it. Okay, you've got to deliver something. And again, this is us delivering the first part of the course as best we can out right now. The next part, I'm just looking at we've done preparation into theory, how Magento themes, creating your child themes, static blocks, pages, Magento, static blocks, In fact, it's probably easier to explain. Out of the 12 tutorials which follow this one, only 3 of them haven't been recorded, and one of them is a summary.
Yeah,
so, nice and straight.
I'm looking at them. Yeah, majority of them got articles done as well, so they will be really quick turnaround.
Okay, so just going up to onto one of the questions by Richard. As a follow-up, do you know of any performance limitations that Magento layered navigation hits? I could potentially have 3,000 or more listings that need to be drilled down in a category. Yeah, this is where layered navigation in Magento, so if you've got a really big catalog, that's where it will slow down in Magento. So that may be another reason why you want to look at a third-party extension, because they may have worked around this and found a faster way of doing that. In fact, that's even one of Magento's own suggestions with large websites with layered navigation on them, is to turn that off, and you'll see an immediate performance hit. It'll decrease or increase, depends which way you look at it. Okay, so that may be the other reason why you want to look at a third-party extension. Okay. Also, scrolling down, what have we got on there? Dave, when do you have time to read?
I said evenings, mainly. Just before I go to bed, helps my eyes get tired.
Yeah. Okay. On the topic of outsourcing, Dave, we really do need to get Carlo onto this conversation.
We do. Get that. Yes, definitely. Sorry, Michael, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, you're right. We really do need to get Carlo involved. By the way, Carlo runs this chap who is actually an American chap, grew up in America, moved to the Philippines, and he runs an outsourcing company in the Philippines, and he specialises in helping e-commerce businesses. And again, we've known him for quite a period of time. He's a trusted resource, and he's like the safe way of doing outsourcing. And yes, you will pay more for going with Carlo. But the crucial point is that it's the safe way into outsourcing, because you can know and you can trust, and you can build a team there, and you know that they're specialised in e-commerce. And it's not like what me and Dave did with our route into that, which was we took a little bit of a risk. We found that whole experience very tough. It was quite challenging. Again, we've made the right decision with Tina to add them to our team, and again, it helps us massively. And again, Tina's brilliant. She's off doing a task for me today, actually, which I can't tell you what it is, but it's absolutely hilarious, and I can't wait to tell you what that task was and why I'm doing that. But that's not one for tonight, okay? And that's just me having some fun in what I'm doing.
We may need to explore the history behind that, otherwise it might look a bit strange, but yeah, definitely on for another day. Just having a quick look. Carlo, we might struggle to get Carlo on a happy hour. It's currently 4:15 in the morning where he is. So we do have a podcast recorded with Carlo, and we are due to do another one in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, Carlo's great, and that's awesome.
Yeah, we like Carlo, really, really good. And again, I've got a client which is using them anyway, so they're really, really good. Simon, yes, just seen your question pop up in the bottom right-hand corner. Has anybody seen the new eBay shop layout? Yes, I have seen it. I want to get the video tutorial out for you. The reason why I've not converted the OSOU one across to it yet is because I want to see what's possible with that layout after it's been changed. So again, this is going back to the widget chimp and being able to design it. By the way, Joe, if you haven't been offered it yet, try logging out of eBay and logging back in again. And if you've got ad block on, it was in one of the messages, one of the ads just after you sign in. That's where I saw the message for hours. And Dave, I'm pretty sure I saved the link. Yeah, ad block. Yeah. So that where it just says continue to eBay, that message, it's in that message. So turn ad block off when you sign into eBay, and you'll probably see a message about eBay shops, because that's exactly what I had. And again, I only noticed that because I don't have ad block turned on in incognito mode, and while I was recording something for another tutorial, I spotted that when I was signing in. So yeah, it's probably a great big banner on your login page after eBay. And we do need to get a tutorial out for that as well, because it does look really cool, and it's really very, very cool on there. The note question in there for Dom: does Magento send out trans emails when making a new account for eBay orders?
Good question.
Pass. Don't believe it. Is my immediate reaction. Is that when it makes a new account, it will send them a message about their order if you set up the transactional emails and set Magento to send them. But as far as creating the new account, no, I don't believe it does, Dom. Okay. For it. And again, Richard, thank you for the link as well. By the way, I did notice that one of the stores, it's a slightly different page on that one. Sorry, just let me put that on the screen to share with you. Preview store. Is that going to work for ours? Oh, can't remember what my password was. But yeah, you can have a preview of that. Richard's popped the link on the left-hand side of the chat box. Okay. So moving on. Any other business, Dave?
You had some news on the responsive listing template on what you've been up to in that, because for some people who may not have been in like Matt's beta test, we did a webinar about it a couple of weeks ago. All looked amazing, and then you may not have heard anything since. Matt, you take it from there. In your headache.
Yeah, how do I seem really cheerful about this when it absolutely drove me nuts? Absolutely. It took me to the point of frustration and beyond. Basically, it's impossible to get an image gallery into a mobile application of eBay's because they don't have the eBay item number in it. That's the basic conclusion. So the eBay apps are quite restrictive. Again, I have been in touch with the M2E Pro team to try and give us the keywords which we need so that we can make fully functional galleries. It's on their to-do list, but it's not going to be anytime soon, so I'm not going to push the subject with them. So instead, I'm just going to redesign and rework the standard Magento gallery keywords and the code which they produce. So it is a little bit more responsive on there. We've got listing layout number 2 coming as well. So this is a 50/50 format. So instead, like the original, which you've got right now, this one's got a navigation bar at the top. I've also completed item specifics as well. So we can take the item specifics from your eBay listing, so at the top in the item specifics bar, and then dynamically load that into your listing template. I wonder if I've got a preview of this to hand. Give me a second. 2, no, it's 1.
Bill's offering his up if you can't find yours.
Oh, you got, yeah.
Oh, we
by the way. Yeah. Okay. So what I've got there, this is one of the test accounts which I've got. Item specifics. So you can either have your item specifics being appended to your item description block on there. So that, again, condition that's come from eBay, brand, color, and fabric, that's come from the item specifics, but you didn't put the keywords in the actual listing template. They were dynamically loaded in. Or you can have them as a whole separate table, so another block. So my template's blue, so I quite like the eBay blue, if I'm honest. And you can have a whole extra block in there called item specifics, and you can have an extra section as well. And Adele, let me just go and grab your item a moment. If you give me a moment, it'll be on Skype somewhere. Sorry about this, I'm just scrolling up my Skype messages. Let me go to my eBay watch list. Just answering the question from Steve there in the background. Can M2E Pro create categories in your eBay store? The answer to that is that technically you can do that via the API, but I don't ever think it will be part of M2E Pro, if I'm honest. So let me grab Dell's listing. There we go. So this is a live example of the listing template builder. If we scroll down, there you go. Thank you for that, Dell. We've got the item specifics as a separate table. Okay, and so that's the item specifics. So condition new, brand Beats by Dr. Dre, and that's actually being pulled up here. So brand Beats by Dr. Dre at the top. Okay, fully customizable. Well, it's not even customizable. You choose whether you want it at the bottom of your item description or in a separate table, and it just automatically populates. By the way, while I was doing that, I also needed to do a couple of other API calls to get some other stuff in so that we could do some other things, like doing the price conversion. So if you've ever seen on one of these eBay templates where you save £10 or 25% or something like that, we can then do that because I now know the sell price of your listing, and I can work out whatever value you put in is the RRP or the MSRP value, and then we can do those calculations dynamically on the different things. So, by the way, mobile phone devices, let me just go and change my device to a Nexus 7. This page will reload. Okay, so if you imagine that this is a tiny little screen, so that's what it would look like on your mobile phone. Go into the description tab. There we go. By the way, the width is slightly out. This is a known problem right now, and it's to do with the image gallery for M2E Pro. Again, Bell, thanks for the messages on that one. I know about this one. And again, it's all down to that function which I mentioned earlier. And then if we then scroll down, there's our item specifics. There is a problem or a massive challenge with the mobile apps. We don't have the eBay item number in there. Okay, so it does make it impossible to get this item specifics table into the mobile apps on eBay. It's technically impossible to do. Okay, I can't do anything about this. This is what it took me 3 days to work this out and find the reason, and it's just not possible to do. Okay, there is a very long-winded way to do it.
The item specifics will still be there, they just won't be in the description. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Again, for it. So that, yeah, they'll still be there. And again, I've also changed the tab colors around as well, and I've got the second version coming out, which is pretty damn cool. Really straightforward, nice and populated. Again, I've got little color pickers for you, which look ace. And again, they will expand out as well. Again, you will have gradients availability. I saw a listing template on eBay, and like where you've got the title, then you've got the backgrounds, is that I saw like from a white into a grey, and you can make a gradient for that, is that it looked really, really cool. And actually, ironically, it's really straightforward to do. So I just need to make you, and again, once I've done it for the navigation menu, I'll put it in for the top menu up here, so you can have cool little gradients, so they can be really, really unique based upon your own designs as well. So let me just have a quick note on here. So that is a nice, because it takes down some specifics into the main description instead of hoping that the buyer clicks on the main button. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly it. That's exactly the reason for doing it. And let me just change that back to Chrome a moment. Reload the page. There we go. And it will pull them on. They're in there right in front of the customer. Okay, and again, the item specifics come after the description. Okay, and again, I am basically, at the present moment in time, because there's a version 2 feature, or the cool feature list, is that I am basically telling you that that's the right thing to do. Item specifics come after the description, because that's the right way for them to go round, because they're not going to read the item specifics if they haven't decided to read the description and go on to the details afterwards. That's what your bullet points may be useful for at the top. So there is another layout coming. There's some other little cool features which I'm sneaking out in the background as well. So I will get back to that. And then we really need to go back to Simon's nudge earlier, which is to export my listings tool to get that nailed. Okay, and again, it's not from us slacking. It's just that we're just trying to get something done to a decent level, like the design course in the background. Okay, get it delivered, and then just let it sit and listen to feedback. That's the crucial point. from our point of view, we've just got to listen to what you say, what feedback you give us, whether it's good, the bad stuff as well. Please tell me about the bad stuff. By the way, just like customer service, if you can tell me everything which is wrong with UnderstandingE, and if me and Dave can go and fix that, then that's really happy days. And the same for you and your business as well, is that if you were told that everything you were doing wrong, and then you were able to go and you had the ability to go and fix those things, that your business is on the other side of that, is just going to be amazing dealing with it. So
yeah, I mean, we've been trying to work to a theory of minimum viable products which we can release. But obviously with the extensions and things, we've got to be, we don't want to release anything buggy or which we know could be better, with little work. And that's where we're at with the responsive listing template, is that there's a few bugs that Matt wasn't happy with, like the image layout, and there you go. He realised that it wasn't so much a bug, it just wasn't doable. So yeah, minimum viable product, that's what we're aiming for.
Yeah. Oh, someone's just sent me a link. Simon, is it okay for me to put that on my screen, that link to the new store layout? Cool, thank you. Right, so by the way, to whoever mentioned about the new store layout earlier, that's a new version of it. So it's not bad. It's not bad at all. We're missing the banner image at the top. This is why we want to do a tutorial on it. Viable menus, yeah. I like that. But the thing about this one, again, I've got this little, let me just resize this page. So we'll go down and you'll see that the page is dynamically resizing based upon that. And again, let me just switch to, again, this is me faking the browser view so that eBay thinks that I'm on a mobile phone. Okay, and we'll see that it does resize really nicely onto the page as well. Again, they've got lazy loading images, so they load after you get to them, which is really, really cool. And it looks really, really nice. My only curiosity is around that there are some tweaks which I'd like to personally see onto it, so we'll see what happens with that. So let me change that back to default while I remember. So that's it for tonight. Before we go, does anybody have any questions before we leg it? If you do, please let us know in the chat box on the left-hand side. The Magento design courses, it doesn't matter if you're not a premium member. Again, thank you for joining us this evening. You've got between now and say 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, extra on top of anybody else. And how do you get to the tutorials? Very good question. Go to
sorry, go on, mate.
Sorry, let me just answer that one quickly.
Yeah, you go first. Yeah.
UnderstandingE, Magento tutorials at the top. Okay, scroll to the bottom, Magento course at the bottom. Okay, and then you're into the course. Now you will get this message telling you about it's a premium master course, blah blah blah. But the what should we call it? The videos are available to you. We've changed all the keywords in the background so you can see them. So you've got an extra whatever it is between say another 12, 14 hours worth to get yourself dug into it. And again, you've got another day on top as well. And again, it's about 2 hours in total for the entire, well, for the tutorials which we've got live right now.
Over now. I think it's about 2.5 hours. I think it's 150 something minutes. Yeah, and Steve, you asked about where to get the theme. That's at understandinge.com/get theme. It's the easiest way, it's the easiest link to use. In total transparency, that is an affiliate link, and if you do purchase it, we do get a little bit of commission from Theme Forest and the Ultimo guys for that.
Yeah, that'll take you straight over to the Magento website. Sorry, the Envato Theme Forest website where you can buy it. And again, you can see that I've been and purchased this on my screen, okay, on there. And the crucial point is that look out for the number of cells. In one of the video tutorials where we explain about the Ultimo theme and it's been sold over 7,000 times, it's saying about 600 or 700 extra cells which they've had on that theme, literally within about 2 to 3 weeks of us recording the earlier tutorial to the latest one which we did today. So look out for that number and look at the massive difference between them. Okay, and then yes, it is also now available for 1.9 as well. So if you've already been an updated Magento 2. So if you do have any questions on any of the tutorials, there is the comments box at the bottom of any and all of the tutorials. So if you do get stuck or have a suggestion, good or bad, like I said a few moments ago, if you don't like one of the tutorials, tell us. Okay, to be constructive, but do tell us. We do really appreciate your honest opinion. Okay, so please leave us a comment or any suggestions, because we can go back and change them. This is one of the nice things about using the WordPress site which we're using. We can change them, we can redo videos, and we do really appreciate your feedback as well. That's never to be underestimated.
Yeah, totally. Stephen McGuire from Atlanta wants us probably to be clear on when the guides will go back to premium. So we need to get this right in my own mind. Is it 24 hours from tomorrow or 24 hours from now, Matt?
Yeah, so that's 24 hours from tomorrow morning. So around 10 or 11 a.m. When the email goes out, it will be 24 hours from then. Okay, so
you will have until 10 or 11 a.m. on Thursday morning, and that's around that time. We're not great with time, as you may have noticed. We're not really strict, but yeah. So around Thursday morning, they'll get put back into the premium category.
Yeah. And Steve, just to answer your question, Matt, the audio went dead when you said there was a tutorial for Ultimo. Sorry, can you just say that again? Yes, this entire course is based upon the Ultimo theme. Again, the reason for using the Ultimo theme, it's a theme which I've used myself numerous times. It's point, it's click, and it's the fastest way for you to get a Magento responsive site. So that's a site which works in all the different browsers very, very quickly, and it doesn't skimp on the customization side. And again, this is why when we are getting asked questions in the forums and stuff, is that basically if it's not going to be Ultimo related, then we really can't hear that too much on there. Okay, was there a link to it? Sorry about that, Simon. Give me a moment. I've just typed that in the chat box down there. There's the link. That'll take you straight across to the site, and you'll see the little ref, UnderstandingE, at the top, and that's how we gain permission on it. Okay.
The tutorials, very quickly. So if you go at the top and click on the Magento tutorials button, and then scroll right down to the bottom of that page, you should see designing a responsive Magento website and a shoestring budget there, and all the tutorials will be in there, all 14 of them. Can you hear me okay?
And
no, you've been having problems with sound.
Yeah.
I cannot see that.
Yeah, got the link just there. There we go. Howard, off-topic question, should we have upgraded to M2E Pro 6.16 now? Probably, yeah. So the little feature which kicks out in 1.5, where you had duplicate items coming into your orders, they pretty much nailed in 1.6 now. So yeah, go for 1.6. It's been out for a while, okay, but like any updates, okay, again, this doesn't matter if it's Magento, if it's Ultimo, if it's M2E Pro, or any other extension. Let someone else find the problems with it, okay? Because we will find out about it, because somebody will post a problem in the forums, okay? Let someone else make the discovery of any challenges. And again, I'm probably like the most relaxed person when it comes to software, because I know that no software is perfect. I've been there, I've seen so many different things, so many different weird pieces to this, which is that, yeah, there's going to be different things going on. So make a backup, okay? Leave at least a week for a new update to be out there in the wild. Check the forums to make sure we know what's going, there's a serious bug with X, Y, Z, and then make the decision to upgrade, okay? Dell, yeah, the foundation courses are still premium, okay? This is only for the new course, the designing your Magento website. They're going to be free for 24, 36 hours, whatever, from now. Okay, you can access all of those and then move through. Okay, so yeah, it was not the foundation course, it's only the design course. And yes, I added a question in. Again, we got a blog post coming out on this tomorrow, which is that when we release the next section and the next section and the next section, they will also be available for the 24 hours as well. Again, we will give you a little bit more notice on the next time as well. Okay. So on that note, thank you for joining us this evening or this afternoon or this morning, depending upon your location. We really appreciate you joining us. And if you have any feedback on the new course, please let us know. Like I said, good or bad, just keep it constructive. We would really, really appreciate your feedback. Again, I know that from the emails in the background, your help, your suggestions, your support has been absolutely appreciated. Thank you ever so much.
Yeah, totally.
So
Fantastic.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly what they said. So on that note, let's wrap it up there. Thank you for joining us, and look out for the blog post tomorrow. That's where it officially goes out. Oh, Maria, before you leg it, I have seen your email. That's going to be on tomorrow's morning's to-do list because I'm absolutely fried from today, and I'll get that template back to you. Okay. So on that topic, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon. Cheerio.
Yeah. Bye now. Enjoy the rest of your day/evening.
Indeedy, indeedy. Cheerios.